Here goes nothing. Don't. Good thing I gotta return those.
Oh, there you go.
This looks like buttholes.
Well, you're the one that's welding it.
It looks like dingleberries.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah! As you see, we made it back from desert. I did give you guys a little update about what we broke. I was wrong. I did not break my leaf spring from jumping it or overshooting the tabletop. I actually broke it on this clip, which Shiloh took in Duncan's Ranger, and I was backing down blow sand, and I bumped up against the rock, and I don't remember hitting that rock, to be honest. I think I was just a little mad about not making it up blow sand in a truck, so I was just backing down, and I hit that rock, and I shot that axle forward. I think that's where it cracked it. So I need to take out that leaf spring, get that re-welded. I need to, where's my brake caliper? I somehow broke that thing. Look at that. Yeah. I don't know how I broke that. Fix the brake caliper, fix the leaf spring, get a brake fitting for the brake caliper that I also broke. I think we're good. If you remember in the first video I posted about that thing, we did everything up there, and I said, oh, I didn't touch the back. And guess what? This trip, everything broke in the back. So note to self, do everything at once so you don't have to do it again. Oh, that leaf is freaking quack. She is fully drooped out right now. Damn, look at that shock. See my straps? Kind of tight straps. I'll actually cycle the back too to make sure I'm not maxing out my shock and these straps aren't a little stretched because they are old, and that one's kind of starting to rip right there. I don't know what I was going to show you. Oh, the leaf. Because it's a broken. See, you go like 3 fingers maybe. It's a 2 finger. Oh, it's a 2 finger. 2 finger, 3 finger. That's broken. So today, that one's gonna come out. And then we're gonna see if we can save that one, or we need to get that one, a new one, and then this one rebent so they both work. But yeah, look, a caliper. Rescore. I freaking ka-chowed that bolt on a rock. I don't know how I'm gonna get that off. Pretty sure I gotta cut that thing. I don't know what it's gonna do, so I'm gonna stand over here. Should be. Oh. Okay, we're good. That shit is busted. As I said, I need to cut that messed up one, and I got an angle grinder, but I don't have safety glasses. Technically, instead of using safety squints, I'm gonna look through the camera lens as I cut this so it protects my face. So let's do this, and hopefully this thing doesn't swing out and hit me. Let me switch. You see, I don't have room on this side. Good. Jesus Christ! That scared the shit out of me. Ooh, I got a baby heart attack. There's a broken piece. See? That needs to go in there where it's supposed to be. Oh my God, that scared the. I knew it was gonna happen too. That still scared me. So after hammering forever on this little nut, this bolt, I'm pretty sure is bent and it's not coming out. So I'm gonna take it out from up there. But I'm gonna stand clear because this thing's gonna go downtown pretty fast. Ow. Safety is my #1 priority. What? Oh. Should be wearing my work boots with some steel toes. Okay, we got it out. Time to take this little thing to get welded in that thing. And then hopefully, I'm hoping, because this caliper is like 500 bucks. We can have Dave or someone at JD do that and do that. And we'll be a happy camper. So I didn't record that because I can't record and it's like a lot. Well, I mean, I can put it on a tripod, but it's not as fun. But anyway, I had to cut that end and that end off the bolt, which had this thing going here. That was bolt side, that was the head side. Because I took the nut off and the bolt wouldn't come out. Hammered it, I pressed it, I did everything. This bolt is either bent or seized into there. It's basically a rubber bushing with a metal collar with a bolt through it. Same thing on that side, as you see by the pixie fairy dust. Same thing. This is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to slide in and out, do bushing, bolt things, but didn't want to do that. So, service your shit before this happens so this doesn't suck, because I sat here for about 30 minutes with that Sawzall cutting this bolt twice to get it out, and the same thing with that one. And that was also hit at some point, so the bolt would come out of there. So that bushing was either worn out or getting worn out. So as you see, my hole is an egg. I need a weld washer. I need a weld washer there now, so my hole is a hole and my hole's not an egg. I'm gonna change the bushings up here in the frame where this thing pivots off of, because technically this goes here and then this flipperoos and goes up there. And that lets leaf springs do leaf spring things. My brakes are out at TBM getting rebuilt and fixed since I broke the one on that side. This is Pedrum's shifter cart. I need to fix that wheel and probably that wheel. I might as well do that wheel. Besides the fact, I cut those off to get all those, have weld washers put on, so we're good. I have all new bolts, all new hardware, all new leaf springs to basically make the back of the truck new. Because as you saw in the last video or two, we did everything up front and we said, no, the back is fine. Guess what? Back was not fine. So now we're gonna have a new front end, new rear end, with all new bolts, all new bushings, all new goodness. So, in conclusion, be a man. Buy a really expensive off-road truck that makes you spend hours and thousands of dollars fixing it every time you take out. Don't buy a Razor. Razors are bad. Pre-runners, good. So I got everything installed on the Tacoma, but if you look at this height, it's about 2 fingers. Come over here. Okay, still 2 fingers. The back is a lot higher than it used to be, and I don't like how high it is. And now the more I look at it, it's starting to look a little bit more level. But besides the points, wait a minute, I don't know where I'm going with this now, because that's kind of level now. Let me give some people some calls and I'll give you a call back. I'm pulling off the rear leafs. I just got finished putting them on. I put new bushings, I put new bolts, I put new nuts, I spray painted everything, I made it all pretty, and I gotta take it all back out again. It is what spring pack do I got? I got an H70 HD, which is basically a 5-inch lift kit. It's the heavy duty one, so it's designed for more weight. But it's too much jam for this truck. I need a little bit softer and a little bit lower, so my truck actually squats and leans and does off-road truck things. Because right now it's jacked up, and from a couple other videos that you might see now, it doesn't squat at all when I floor it, and it looks really funny driving this down the street because it's all like cranked like this, like an old school drag car. We're taking the leaves off again, getting a different set of leaves, putting those back on, and hopefully the new ones work better than that. But as it sits now, we put it together. It honestly looks not bad, but I know it's not good. Really hope this thing doesn't kill me. Here goes nothing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, we're good. Oh, don't. Nice. Good thing I gotta return those. So I haven't updated you guys in a while. We're putting old leaves back on because me and Dave decided to order some new Deaver leaves that were H70 HDs, which is a 5-inch lift kit for Tacoma, which we thought would work with all this, especially with the fuel cell in the back and everything, but it was way too tall. I'll insert some clips of me driving it around and how like it was like brakes really, really hard. So temporarily, I had Christian weld that leaf back onto there, not the leaf, the little end piece that I cracked as you guys saw earlier. Welded that back onto there, so I got that leaf spring back on. I'm putting new bolts in this, so I'll show you guys how you gotta split it apart to get them all lined up to put the bolt in there and then tighten it and then cut it and everything. And we'll put this leaf back on. Brake wise, because my brakes broke, but the people at the Brake Man fixed my brake and broke, because that broke. I had them rebuild this one, and then they didn't have the parts to rebuild this one, so I ended up getting a good deal on their new TBM F4 caliper, which is really, really shiny, and I kind of wish I got 2 so it would match, but we're racing on a budget here, as you can tell by the US General box. Throw the calipers on there, get pads in, so then we can move on to our next fun subject, which is our exhaust. So we got Black Widow muffler here that is going to be going underneath the truck, and then I'm routing my exhaust system up from there, and it's going to be coming out right here so I can shoot flames this way and not at Craig's head again. So let's get to putting this bolt in that, getting that all up, and basically getting the truck to go back on the ground so it's not a big paperweight anymore. So I realized I goofed up on this one and fixed it before I put it in there. But I did mess up on that one. So as you see here, dirt lines up, dirt lines up, dirt lines up, dirt lines up. But if we go over here, I kind of goofed because that is too close to that. That's too far over. Then you look over here, you can see how they don't line up. Because that's supposed to be flipped to go to there, and then that's supposed to be flipped to go to there. So I installed the 2 helper springs backwards on the one that I fully installed. So I gotta take it all the way out and flip those and put them back in, and I really don't want to do that, but I have to do that so I don't have my truck break again. Yes, off-road trucks, buy Razor or link your truck. Even though I like Leafs and it works on this truck, but link it. So, what the hell? I'm gonna install that one, and then I'm gonna take that back out and fix that, and then probably put a new bolt in it and put. Yes, let's get to business. So, I got this side on, and we would have been done if I didn't goof up that side. So now I gotta move that silver POS, take apart that side, and switch the 2 bottom, oh God, and switch the 2 bottom leaves, like flip them around, put it all back together. There's a walking camera and a mop head over there. Oi! Move POS, fix POS, yes. Okay. So in theory, if I loosen this, it allows me to. I shouldn't die. Spinning. Keep spinning. You're not spinning. I hammer this. Oh, take this out. Oh. Ha! It's working. I'm a Leaf Master. Ow! Leaf Master! That's not why. Oh, I did the old switcheroo. Oh my God, it's lunchtime. Now I gotta spin the bottom one. Shut up. You need to punch. Oh, you did the top one.
Oh wow, that actually worked.
It cleared. I'm a genius. I'm a retarded genius. Now we tighten. You know what? I'm really good at changing leaves now. They call me a Mexican because they trim trees and work on trees. Well, have you ever seen a white guy come cut your lawn? No. Look at that. Look at that. It's almost like. Oh. Okay, so we figured out leaf springs. Those are all good. I need to do brakes, but I don't have brake pads. So I'll wait till I get my brake pads to put on the new TBM brakes and bleed those. And to bleed those, we actually have a AGM Brake Bleeder. Black widow muffler. I'm gonna expand this side so it slides over the factory stuff there. Should be up there. Then I'll have a straight going all the way back to here to a 90 up. 90 up goes over there-ish. And then we got a 45 that will go right about here. And then I'll make a fancy, maybe not me, maybe someone who's more skilled than this than me, make a little fancy tip coming out over there-ish. So we're gonna go over to Junior at JGR to get that expanded, to get a straight expanded so I can at least come to here. And then I'm gonna go try to find a 90. So 90 will bring it up and then cut the straight. And then exhaust will come out here and will be obnoxiously loud Tacoma noises. So I'm gonna go get those expanded and I'll be back. Rough layout. That gets bigger, slides over my stock exhaust. That slid into that. I'll get a 90, which slides into this, and then expand this, and that slides into 90, and then expand this, and that slides over the straight, and that sticks over there. So I'm gonna go expand all this stuff and slide it together like a little Lego piece exhaust for that. So, this is what we got. Not my best work, but it is my first work. Black widow muffler, expanded here to slide on mine. That slides in, that slides into there, slides into there, slides into there, slides there, and we got a truck stand. Let's go back, make sure everything lines up, cut down a little bit, and tack it all together. Wow. That's not dark fireproof. Butthole.
that's welding it.
It looks like dingleberry. I saw the fireball. Let me look at this.
So, exhaust is on. I haven't mounted it yet. I broke my V-band, so I need a new V-band to make sure it's tight, do the hanger, and then I'll do a little leg to hold that thing there. But now we are moving to the brakes. Squeeze by here, and all these random jet skis. We get to our brakes. We got the Brake Man, or better known as TBM Brakes. My last one, as you saw earlier, I broke off the 2 ears on it, and they didn't have this back half for me to replace it or rebuild my old one. So that's the OG one that I did have. They were nice enough to give me a discount on the new one, which is almost identically the same exact thing. If you look at it, it's just one says TBM, one says the Brake Man. Yeah, they're very fancy, brand new race truck calipers. There's some numbers on here, which I don't know what they mean. Probably should. But what we're doing is take these thingy bobbers. They're very shiny. Too bad no one will see them. We're gonna be mounting them like what? See? Ain't that pretty? I gotta get the broken fitting out of there and then hook up that line and bleed it. Not bleed it. Probably blow it out, then bleed it and make the line do line things again because it's still disconnected back there with the little plug since I broke this side caliper off. Mount the calipers on, take the plug out that line, clean that line, hook up that line, and then use our fancy dancy, where'd it go? Up there. We're gonna grab our AGM brake pressure bleeder because as you see, there's nobody here. It's just me. You can't bleed brakes. Oh my god. Bleed brakes by. I cannot bleed brakes by my I'm gonna use the AGM brake pressure bleeder because I am a one-man team right now and I need to bleed my brakes. You can't bleed your brakes by yourself. There we go. That was a tongue twister. So I'm gonna get the calipers on, lines up, put some air in it, put some oil in it, crack them a little, and then hook up the pressure bleeder and I'll show you how that thing works in a bit. This side's on, done. Tight, snug. It's got the protector on there, so I'll show you guys what I did on the other side, or what I'm doing on the other side since I already did this side. So I got a nice assortment of pliers and cutters and stuff. I have to play surgeon on this side because if I take this thing off, there is a broken fitting in there. Because that broken fitting is technically, come on, yeah, that broken fitting's this fitting. So I gotta try to get that thing out of there so I can screw in the new one. So like magic, I will have it done. So the magic combo to get this thing out was an adjustable wrench to hold that and these very, very fancy teethy needle nose that were able to grab that thing. So I'm gonna let you guys sit over here while I finish this little job. That's all, folks. I pull out that, pull this in, pull that, So let's do a little unboxing of this AGM brake pressure bleeder with one hand because I don't have a tripod. It's kind of hard. Oh, come on. There we go. Scan me to watch how to prevent possible brake failure, plus how to make brake bleeding easy. I will unbox this, then I will scan that and watch that. Here. We have said bleeder, air hose that goes to air chuck. We have fancy bottle. We have fancy thing. We have Les Orange for single use only. And we also have manual. Ooh, it is a colored manual. Pictures. Okay, so when you guys order this kit, you can read this. I will read this after I'm done because you guys probably don't want to listen to me read and I get stage fright when I read out loud. Put that there for later. I'll scan the box later. Let's keep going through this. And I cannot open this with one hand. We have little keepers so we don't lose the cap. Actually, it looks like a hanger. This will all make a lot more sense once I read the manual, guys. This one has a brake reservoir cap for the universal adapter. Open this one. Comes with all the different size little grommets to go on top of the brake fluid reservoir. I'll show you guys that once I have it set up on my truck. Oh my god, I just lost everything. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Sorry guys, I need a tripod. 5, junk. Get this thing out of here. And I dropped this hose. I've read the manuals. I'm a master at this, and I'm pretty sure I'm not certified to tell you how to do this, but I'm going to tell you how to do this. The manuals are really easy to understand. They got pictures and directions and everything. So basically, you got a fancy tool to crack that. Open this and this. Take this, put in there. Put all of it in there because I don't have much. But you can put a lot more. You can put up to 2.5 liters, I believe. That's what's said in the manual. Don't quote me on that. Put the cap back on. Use the fancy tightening tool. I will tighten it after when I have 2 hands because I can't. Well, I kind of can. I'll do it after. That's tight. This gets hung in the engine bay. You want to make sure it's always sitting upright. Connect your air line to here. Put it in the closed position once you connect it, and then crack it until you see about 8 to 10 psi on your gauge there. This, if you got the universal one like I did, snaps onto there, and then that goes around your brake master cylinder, and that chains around the bottom, and then it slides into there, and then you tighten it to make it snug it up and make it a good seal. I can actually show you this one over there right now. So we take this one, universal one. I just found the one that best fits mine. So we slide that down in there. See how it's fit nicely in there. And you grab your chain from down there. I really need 2 hands to do this. They didn't say that in the manual, but you definitely need 2 hands. Give me a second. Let me hook this up and then I'll show you. So that chain went on there. It looped into here. Now you tighten this to really make sure that thing's snug there and make a good seal because it's going to be holding about 10 pounds of pressure. As you see there, that thing ain't going nowhere. Now we grab the big thing. So we take big thing. Ooh, this might be a little issue. Most cars that you work on or would do this on, I might need a little bit more brake fluid too, actually. You have a hood here. My hood comes completely off. So normally you hang this little part, that part off your hood. But since I don't have a hood, I'm gonna put it there. This thing, oh my God. Make sure it doesn't do that. Come on, guy. There, we're going on the fender. This thing plugs into there. Make sure that's super tight because it's still, everything's pressurized. It needs to make sure there's no seal. Come over here and you borrow Chaz's air reel. Okay, so we got everything set up. If you hear the hissing noise, it's my fitting that's hissing. Well, Chaz's fitting that's hissing because we use a different style connector and blah, blah, blah. Everything's sealed. That's just hissing because it's not sealing there. You're supposed to crack this till you see about 8 PSI, which is about just under the 10. So I'll show you a quick way how to do that. As you saw, it's already starting to flow fluid through there. That is hooked up to that, which I just showed you. So that's pressurizing the brake system here. When you're bleeding brakes, you want to start at the farthest corner away from the master, which would be over here with our TBM caliper, and I got everything set up. So that's our overflow bladder catcher fluider thingy-mabobber, just hanging there. This thing, basically you come to your bleeder nipple, and you slide that over there, and you crack it, all your fluid goes into here, so you have no mess. And you can actually look at the fluid in there as it's coming out, especially since it has a clear line, to see when you're getting fresh fluid. Because if it's old fluid, it's going to be brown and dirty and whatever, but it should look like the fluid that we just poured into there, so it should be clear, kind of like cooking oil. So I'm going to set you guys up on the ground again, crack this so you can watch it bleed it, but first we got to make sure we pressurize the tank to about 8 PSI. Everything's pressurized. This system is designed for a regular standard nipple, not the Willwood ones or the race ones that are little tiny ones. So I might make a little bit of mess, but that's my fault, not their fault. So I'm going to try to hold this on there while I do this, but there's not much room. That's tightening. Never mind. Gotta go the other way. Wait, that's also tightening. Which way's loosening? Oh, I was right the first time. And we should watch all the fluid come out of the bottom because it's not going where it's supposed to go. So if you can hear that, that's all the air coming out right now. There we go. Starting to get some fluid. Let's close that. Go make sure we start at 8 PSI because I believe I actually closed the little valve. Yes, I closed the little valve. Only this cracked a little bit. You still want to go over a lot of PSIs. So I cracked it loose by hand, and basically the pressure of this rubber nipple is doing it, so I can twist that and we can start watching it bleed. As you see, it's filling it up. Nice clear fluid. So we just want to go till we don't see any bubbles anymore. It's about good there. Tighten that by hand. Oh my God. Maybe do it one more time. Make sure we close it. It's closed. And then we're gonna, nope, I'm covering the whole camera. I'm sorry, guys. Where am I leaking? Oh, I'm leaking from there. That's bad. That's snug. Clean your mess up because brake fluid eats everything. Repeat this on all 4. I'm gonna do the rest of them without you guys because this is really hard to do with one hand. So I'll see you guys in a bit when these are all bled. Okay, I bled all the brakes. I came back to this one just to double check it since it was my first one. And I can honestly tell you, this is the most amazing brake bleeder kit I've ever used. It is easier than the Snap-on one by 10 times. Anything vacuum like suction-y wise that I used to do or anyone used to do, because I've used the Harbor Freight one, the Snap-on one, and all of them that go onto the nipple and you like pump it, or it's an air line, you suck it, but pressure bleeding, it was the way to go. This is amazing. This is the most easiest brake bleeding thing I've done. I've never used to bleed brakes. I used to take it to a mechanic for someone else to do, but I will bleed anyone's brakes now because I have this amazing little thing. So AGM not only makes this amazing pressure bleeder, because vacuum bleeding is old. Pressure bleeding is the way to go. They also make cool stuff like this. And if you don't know what this is already, and you haven't seen it all over Instagram, it is a tool that every single person who works on cars, as soon as they see it, will say, wow, why didn't I think of that? But they did, and they made it. So when you're in a rush, or you're just lazy, like me, you put a jack underneath your axle, lift it, and you're too lazy to walk over to the corner of your shop and grab jack stands and take the pressure off the hydraulics. Because it's, at the end of the day, we all probably have the same Harbor Freight jack. And as much as we love to trust it, you need insurance. And this is insurance. Well, it's not even insurance. It's a jack stand, but it's a lot easier than a jack stand. When your jack is up in the air like this and you have no jack stands and you just like living freely, because if that fails, I will not have children, as you see. You take this, put it right there, click the button, and it's locked in there like a jack stand. So if that hydraulic fails, this falls down and locks. And to lock it, come over your jack handle and you grab it, you crack it, and you will hear it click. As you saw, now it's locked. I can fully loosen the handle, do whatever I want, because that little rod, or as they call it, the jack rod, it's basically a jack stand now because it converted my jack from a hydraulic jack to a jack stand. So you can take the pressure all the way off the jack and it's not falling, and then you just go and you pump it up. And you can come over and you can take it out. It's that easy. And it goes up to really, really high. And I believe they're coming out with different sizes for bigger or smaller based on what kind of jacks you want to do. This is their most common one, and it's the most amazing sized one because just as that. And it's so nice. Now you can have kids and not worry about losing them if this thing falls on you when you're laying underneath it. So I'd like to say a big thank you to AGM for designing an amazing pressure bleeder for your brake system and keeping all of us safe, and me laying underneath the brake rotor, not having to worry about it because I have a jack rod. See? Jack rod. And just like that, the truck is back on the ground. Brakes are done thanks to TBM. They are bled thanks to AGM with the pressure bleeding system, which is amazing. Leaf spring is welded temporarily until my new leaves come in. But as of that, the truck is ready to see the dirt again. It is back on the ground on all 4s. I'm running out of words. I'm tired. I'm going home. Good night. See you guys in the next video. Craig put a sticker of his truck on my... Can't believe I just saw that. Also, exhaust. Exhaust is almost done. You might see a clip of it in this video or next. And I also got another little surprise down there that you guys might see in this video. I don't know yet. It's a pretty fancy surprise down there. Okay, truck's back on the ground. I went to a car wash. I came back. That's a 2-finger. That's a hand. If we go down here, you can see my pretty Black Widow exhaust that I just put on. Oh, you can see this piece is normal. And then there's that top piece, which wraps around that. When I welded this side, I forgot to bend that top piece back on there, so it slid all the way forward. So it slid all the way forward and did the exact same thing it already did.
So my solution is 1 wood block, 2 wood blocks.
And put it in reverse, and hopefully this slides back, and then I can hammer it back and close it, and it'll be good for now.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, bud! Yeah, it's not moving. That's just where it is. Stop moving! I think you broke it.
Should I tie it to my truck?
I mean, you could try it. I don't know if it's gonna.
If it slides forward, it slides backwards.
It should.
Huh? It slides forward, it should slide backwards. Cause. Bro, this is like equivalent to like adjusting someone's back. Like right now.
I'm the chiropractor?
Yeah, like when they have the thing and they're like, ding.
The floor.
Ain't no running supposed to do.
Hey, it's 3.5 fingers now.
Remember I told you my front wheel is camber and it's making noises when I'm driving?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because my axle is like 4 inches sideways and might be crab walking right now?
I mean, that's like a lot of camber though. Like a lot of camber. No, that. Look at your rear wheel versus your front, dude. That's like hella flesh. You got figment.
Come on, dog.
Can you really see my face from that close?
Yeah, I can see everything.
There's no way.
Yeah, wait. I can see your entire face. Okay, wait, this is probably a better angle.
Have you seen the dinosaur guy that runs around? Like...
Oh! I just realized what you were doing.
Tied to the tree?
You are. No, it just keeps going back and forth.
Buy a razor. Don't buy trucks.
On the tree now, so